I'm Rashad R. Johnson, I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Ardmore Roderick. Ardmore Roderick has performed in various capacities on the 75th Street Corridor Improvement Program, including design work and construction management for the most part. We've served as a sub-consultant to large prime firms in both the design side and the construction management for the last couple of years, and hopefully we'll continue to do so in the foreseeable future. Recently, our company just won a prime project doing design work for a portion of the 75th Street Corridor Improvement Program that is raising a couple of the bridges around the viaducts on the south side of Chicago to increase flow and also to increase flow of the trains that's going up top, but then also traffic flow up under it to make it a little more seamless and easy for the community to be able to navigate around. As an infrastructure engineering firm, we pride ourselves on being able to do multiple facets of infrastructure. Rail work has been a very difficult opportunity for most minority-owned firms because it's such a small knit community of designers and construction people that's worked on it. For the opportunities to be able to work on rail projects, sometimes few and far between. What the 75th Street Corridor Improvement Program has done for Ardmore Roderick has allowed us to be able to get our foot in the door years ago, helping to do some construction management on active railroads. And then we were able to parlay that experience into more design work, into more planning work, and even more construction management work. So now that we have a full-on railroad engineering department with a director that oversees it all, with about 20 employees all working somehow in railroad and transit, and it all started with the Create projects. Ardmore Roderick currently has a little bit over 225 employees across the country, actually. We have 5 offices across the country and Puerto Rico. The vast majority of those employees are in Chicago. I would say probably of the 225, 175 of them are in the Chicago area, in the Chicago market. We pride ourselves on being a diverse firm from top to bottom. Our firm is 60% diverse, which means that women, minorities, African-American, Latino, we make up 60% of the firm. And it goes all the way up to our executive team. Our executive team, we're 60% diverse. And we do this very purposefully. It's very deliberate. And I'd like to believe that we are a testament that you can have a diverse firm with diverse people and diverse leadership and not have to sacrifice quality like it's often told, incorrectly, I might add. I'm a civil and structural engineer by trade, so I have my bachelor's degree in civil engineering from University of Illinois, my master's degree in structural engineering from University of Illinois, Chicago. I've worked for large contractors in engineering. And I was working in engineering and looked around and kind of saw that there was a large void of people who looked like me who had their own firms. Did a little bit of research, figured out that there may be some opportunities. I was a licensed professional engineer, so it just kind of made some sense. And hung my shingle, so to speak, back in 2006, actually, a year after I started the firm full time. And just ended up being in the right place at the right time and hustling and really working hard at it to be able to eventually get to where we are today. Being a DBE has obviously given me opportunities to work on projects and sizes of projects that I probably would not have been able to get had I not been a disadvantaged business enterprise, which is what DBE stands for. So we've been able to partner with larger firms, partner with even smaller firms to qualify either from a qualifications and expertise perspective or from just a pure size financial perspective to partner on larger projects to be able to perform good work that we know we can do. If I were to offer advice to up-and-coming DBE firms or people who are considering starting a DBE firm, I would say make sure that you use the program for what it is, which is a stepping stone. It's supposed to get you indoors you can't get in. And it's supposed to give you an opportunity to develop your skill set, develop your people, develop your expertise to be able to grow out of the program. Use it for what it is, but don't rely on it 100%. Because if you get to the point where you're going to grow your business, you're going to grow out of the DBE program, and all of your work and all of your marketing and all of your network is based off of you being a DBE certified firm, then once you're ready to get out of the program, you won't have any more business. And you need to make sure that you diversify enough and to stand on your own as what you can do as a firm, and the quality of the work and the quality of people that you bring to the table beyond what your DBE status would indicate. We've grown tremendously, and frankly, we're one of the top 15 engineering firms in the state of Illinois. So I'm born and raised on the south side of Chicago, South Shore area. My mother was a Chicago public school teacher who became a Chicago public school principal eventually, and then a college professor. My father worked for the United States Postal Service, where he was in marketing and communications for the Post Office nationally. My younger sister and I grew up in South Shore. We were a typical family from South Shore, and ended up going to some of the best schools in the city, and our parents really were able to navigate and sacrifice in order to put us in the best colleges in the country as well. In Illinois, there are over 300 engineering firms in the city. That I can count, there's less than 20 that are owned by African Americans. And when you think about that, we make up a considerably more than 6% of the population. We have to start at an early age to get our children, our Black children in particular, involved in loving math and science at an early age. They may or may not choose to be engineers, that's fine. But at least once they get to college, they'll have the option to without feeling like they can't do it. And far too often we choose majors because we feel as though we can't do these larger majors or these more intense or harder majors. And our children can. We just need to start at 6 and 7 and 8 years old, getting them to love math and science so that we can start to make sure that over the next 10, 15, 20 years, there's more African-American engineers that will then turn into African-American engineering company owners to continue to try to transfer and develop some wealth in the Black community.